Coming up on Dispatch tonight, your layout photos, the question of the week, and a big shout out. And it's starting right now. Good evening. Welcome to Dispatch, the weekly variety show for model railroaders. I'm Roy Smith, your dispatcher. I'd like to welcome those of you who are here in the studio audience. I think I'm going to have to get a bigger train room to squeeze you all in. And I'd also like to welcome all of you out there on YouTube. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight, so don't go away. We'll be right back after this brief message. On this channel, we share the world's greatest hobby with you. In Dispatch every Tuesday night and layout updates every Saturday morning, right here. Don't miss out. Be sure to subscribe. First of all, I regret that I couldn't upload a layout update this past Saturday. Real life got in the way of my pursuit of the hobby once again, and not only that, I'm redoing the wiring under the Evanston area of my layout, and wiring is a task that can't be hurried without creating an electronic disaster. But above all, I'm the world's slowest model railroader, so it takes me light years to get anything done on the layout. Bear with me. I will bring you a layout update this coming Saturday. Okay, as I said, we have your layout photos, the question of the week, and a big shout out here on Dispatch tonight. First up, your layout photos. A bunch of you posted photos of your layouts in a Facebook group called the N-Scale Union Pacific Evanston Subdivision group this week. I have brought your photos over here to Dispatch to share with everyone during the show. And here they are. When tonight's show ends, be sure to go over to the Facebook group, join the group, and post a photo of your layout there because we'd like to see what you're doing on your layout. It doesn't matter what scale you model in, and you can even post photos of your club's layout. I will put a link down below, and that will take you to the Facebook group. You will know you're at the right place when you see this photo of Echo Canyon on my layout. Next up on tonight's show, the question of the week. And this week's question is, let's say a visitor comes by to see your layout for the first time. After he looks around for a while, what do you feel is the nicest thing he could say about your layout? A bunch of you responded to this week's question, and Your responses fell into one of these 4 categories. These are the nicest things you think visitors could say, or in fact have actually said when visiting your layout. How realistic it looks, how well your trains run, how much fun it is to run your trains, or simply, wow. Let me share 2 responses that I think are especially heartwarming to model railroaders. Trainman Bob wrote, "Whilst exhibiting at a show with my layout, Armithwhite, a true copy of the real location, I watched a man who stood by the layout motionless. I ducked under the layout and went to talk to him. He said he knew where it was, as he remembered when he was a boy. 'This is Armithwhite,' he said. Never have I received such a compliment from anyone." And Don from the Nearly Historical Railroad wrote, "It is always nice to hear how realistic it looks, how large the layout is, how detailed it is, how much work we put into it, and that kind of stuff. But by far the thing that makes me feel the best and proudest is when a visitor looks at a scene I created and says something like, 'Oh, that reminds me of where my grandma lived. I remember as a kid we would.' What I built reminded someone of another time and place in their life, and that makes me feel all warm inside." I'd like to thank all of you for your responses to the question. I enjoyed reading them and sharing them with you here on Dispatch. Now, have you noticed how fast time seems to be going? I certainly have. I get up in the morning, have my first cup of coffee, and then suddenly it's late at night and time to go back to bed again, and I didn't get anything done on the layout all day long. Well, that leads us to our question for the coming week, and here it is. Do you have enough time to work on your layout? Why does it seem like there is so little time for working on the layout? Be sure to post your responses to the question in the comments section down below. Again, the question for the coming week is, do you have enough time to work on your layout? Why does it seem like there is so little time for working on the layout? And now it's time for tonight's big shout out. And tonight's big shout out goes to William A. and his HO Scale Henrico Shop's switching layout. Bill's layout occupies part of his garage. It measures 4 feet by 16 feet and consists of 2 4x8 modules. It is set in a fictional location representing part of the Pennsylvania Railroad. The layout is very lightweight and hence is portable. It features collapsible legs so that it can be transported easily to train shows. I really like Bill's layout and I think you will too. So let's go over and take a look at it in one of his recent videos.
Hey everybody, it's Bill. Going to do a short operating session on my layout this morning. See in this particular view everything put together. I'm going to do some different shots of some running on the layout. I've got a lot of scenery work done, still have a lot more to go, but I'm making good progress. So let's get some operating done.
Bill is currently working on a 4-track staging yard which connects to the existing layout and which functions like a transfer table. Okay, you've seen a bit of Bill's layout here on Dispatch tonight. Be sure to go over to see the rest of it on his channel. Don't forget to subscribe while you're over there and tell him that Roy Smith sent you. I will put a link to Bill's channel down below. Bill, if you're out there somewhere watching Dispatch tonight, I want you to know how much I like your layout and how much I enjoy your channel. Thanks for letting me share your layout with everyone here on Dispatch. Okay, I plan to post my own layout update right here this coming Saturday. In the layout update, I will be going under the layout again, this time to show you how I do my wiring. Join me as I do this on Saturday. And join me again next Thursday night for Dispatch. I'd like to thank all of you in the studio audience for being here. And there will be coffee and donuts in the social area right after the show tonight. Donuts! That's why I'm here tonight. And to all of you out there in YouTube, thanks for letting me share the world's greatest hobby with you. Remember, there are tons of other videos for you to watch on this channel. You can click over here for 2 of them. Well, I'm Roy Smith. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you. Until next time, happy railroading.